We've actually made quite a few changes to the car recently, and I think it's time that we take the car down the road and beat on it. What have we done? Well, I snuck some things in on you guys. So whenever I was lowering the car while I had it on jack stands, I went ahead and did a little something extra. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that now. What this is a 10-pound spring for the wastegate. So this will allow us to run a base pressure of 10 PSI, which is perfectly fine on this car. That's basically where we're gonna keep this thing at a bare minimum. And then from there, we'll be able to turn it up and probably scatter the short block. All right, so here's our spring. Let's go compare it to the 10-pound. So there's your difference between a 5-pound spring and a 10-pound. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing installed. So now that you're back, you see what we did. We changed the spring out. This was a spring that came with the On 3 kit. It's a 5-pound spring. On my car, it makes about 7 pounds of boost or something like that. Usually makes about 2 pounds more. I don't know if it's due to the exhaust on the car, back pressure, what the deal is. But, well, the plan is to turn the boost up on the car. You can't do that without some type of additive. So I bought some more Torco. Stuff works really good. So as you can see right here, I have this adjusted all the way out. This is as far as this thing will unscrew, which essentially just puts me on wastegate pressure. So that's 10 pounds. It's showing 12 pounds on the gauge. Now I talked about this in the last video when we kind of installed the wheels and reviewed them, but I really want to go over these today because I've actually not even put much thought into them myself since I bolted them on. I've hit the car twice from a roll in second gear for just a split second, and it seemed to do really good. Now we have to be really careful with this car because it needs torque box reinforcements bad. So we just need to be mindful of that. But what are these? These are the NITTO NT555 R2s. So this is, I guess, like the version 2 of these tires. The reason why I went with these is just because the tread pattern is a little better for wet weather, and I don't want to be caught in the rain and be sliding all over the place. So at least these give me some type of wet weather traction. I have not checked the air pressure in these things at all, so I assume they're way up there. So I'll go ahead and do that now. And I'm gonna set these things down to about probably 30 pounds for right now. So the plan today is to just set you guys up in the car with me. We're not gonna go crazy. Make sure the spring's working correctly. Put the Torco in it and make some hits from second gear roll. Now I know a lot of you are gonna want me to hit this thing from first. Guys, I'm itching to do that too. The problem with that is, like I said, my torque boxes are basically shot and we're having a little bit of an issue with the transmission. So I'll talk to you guys about that in another video. We're gonna do a completely separate video on it, but I promise you it's coming very soon because a lot of you know I love this Z-Spec transmission and I've really pushed it, but we are having a little bit of an issue with it. It's all under warranty, guys. No problem whatsoever, but I'm gonna talk to you about that in a separate video. We're gonna go ahead and drop this Torco in the car and go fill it up with gas because the mixture that I wanna use, I think, gives me, what is it? That's gonna give us like 14 points on the octane if I mix this whole thing in. So that's what we're gonna do today. Mr. Bobby figuring it out.
Yes, sir.
All right. We might be getting some more concrete out this way too, so I don't know. Mr. Bobby's checking that out for me right now. Basically what it is, in case you guys are wondering, is right here we got such a big drop off. My car scrapes every time, and you can see right here, it scrapes every time. So he's working on me a quote for that. Let's take this thing down the road and see how this new spring works. Let's see how the new tires work, and I might turn the timing up just a bit. I don't know, we'll see on that. So before we get the car out, let's go ahead and go over a few things. Let's see, guys, we're at 16 degrees of timing up top. So let's go ahead and make all of this 17. I think that'll be good. Add a little bit more timing to it since we got the fuel now to do that with. All right, so everything looks pretty good for the most part. The idle is fluctuating a little bit, so I could probably work on that some, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Let's go ahead, go down the road, see how these tires are gonna hook, and see how everything's gonna work. As you can hear, we're having a little bit of an issue with the transmission in the car. I have spoken with Earl, the guy who I purchased it from on eBay, and we are going to get this thing warranted, so don't freak out about it. I'm going to take you guys along for the ride on that, and we will cover that in a separate video, so stay tuned with that. So I've got the computer up over here, and I'm going to be monitoring air fuel and boost, but for right now my main concern is make sure the air fuel is good. Let's see if these tires will hook and hold. I think they're going to be fine. Try a little bit of a brake boost here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's probably being blocked, but we're good on temperature. Oil pressure is it's okay. It's not the best. I know you guys want me to hit it in first, but I'm really kind of worried about the torque boxes. So the best I can really do right now is second for you guys. Oh yeah, she does good. We're not trying to get too carried away here today. All right, let's build a little boost. So the only thing left to do now is really just turn the boost up and hope that it holds together. That's it. This motor is getting tired though, guys, I promise you. Good deal, good deal. Now she is not turned up, and I can feel it in the car. It feels kind of weak, but I think we're gonna be fine. Guys, remember this engine is shot. Like whenever we pulled the head off that time to put the head gasket on, you literally could see the ring gap when we pulled the head off. Like it was like that. It was horrible. I'm telling you, this thing is worn out. But surprisingly, it doesn't really smoke or anything like that. So, you know, I mean, that's kind of the whole purpose of leaving this engine in the car right now. I think the engine is really starting to kind of suffer, guys. It doesn't feel too tight, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Remember, we do have the Dart 347 stroker right back here. We are going to get to that at some point, but it has definitely been delayed. So since we have started building the shop, basically all that type of stuff's been put on hold. Anyway, guys, I think the car did great today. I'm impressed with it. I'm pleased. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.